This is the 18th high school shooting in America this year, and we have 10 and a half months to go.
Y'all go watch the other video. Please go watch the other video. But the stuff they're doing, they're talking about for TikTok, that's the cover up for that mass shooting that just happened in Florida. I knew it was something. It came across my For You page. That's why they're trying to make us all worry about the TikTok ban instead of worrying about these people steady shooting at these high schools and schools, period. Go watch the last video. And other than that, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link is in bio. Appreciate you.
Medicine for dogs cured your cancer. You better be ready for some skeptics. But Joe Tippin.
I hate to say it, but their DNA is spiced with animals. There's your fact. Hate to say it, but like I said, I love all people, but you know, let's get to it. Oh!
You know what's angering me right now? I have watched all of these mass school shootings that has happened in the United States of America. Police officers watching it take place, not acting and protecting the students. I've watched people go into grocery stores and be shot down because of the color of their skin. People go into places of worship being shot down. All these types of things. Kids out here ODing on fentanyl. Hundreds of people a day ODing on drugs. And we can't get bipartisan support to put an end to any of that junk. Children are being mowed down by AR-15s. And our politicians can only gather support, bipartisan support, to ban the app. But they can't gather bipartisan support to ban a gun that is known for killing kids day in and day out when they just going to the school trying to learn. Can't gather bipartisan support to fight the fentanyl abuse in this country. Can't gather bipartisan support to give people proper health care. Can't gather proper support to fix the housing crisis in this country. Can't gather proper support to be able to go out and lower the cost of prescription drugs. The cost of food, the cost of gas, all these different things. But we can gain some support to ban the app. This is our number one focus as an American government. It is asinine to the highest order, to the highest degree. And I just sat here and watched this congressional hearing in just absolute awe. And I just can say, but my God, don't we have bigger fish to fry? If we are so concerned about the youth and the impact that social media has on the youth, then maybe we need to shut it all down. If we are so concerned about the youth's safety, when we gonna start dealing with the gun violence in this country? When we gonna start dealing with the lack of health care in this country? When we gonna start dealing with all the things that plague the American people in a bipartisan way? This hearing was asinine. These people have already made up their minds, and this was nothing but a show.
How you doing, sir? Dallas not no shit. I'm from Houston. So look, y'all, Dallas is really bullshit. Like, if y'all feel like, well, let me just give y'all my opinion. Houston.
How is y'all struggling? Y'all invented racism. Y'all just finding out it's not cool to be white no more, huh? Look at the history. Y'all invented racism because of y'all didn't like our skin, you know? And we're not racist. We just don't like people who don't like us. And Copa about it, we don't really care. As you can see, y'all got our names in y'all mouths all the time. Every 3 videos I scroll across, it's people like this that hide their face too to all the videos or the comments that they put down. So I don't know. Like, Stop it. Just stop it, bro. Just not revolve around you. Damn.
I was raised racist, and what helped me overcome the racism that I'd been taught is when I got away from Waverly and went off to college, and basically what I realized was that my whole entire childhood, all the abuse, all the hate, all the trauma that I endured, is I had a lot of bullshit as a kid that really affected me and changed me for the negative, for the worse. But what I realized when I went to college was all that stuff I went through was for one reason: bigotry. And when I realized that, I began to open up my heart and my mind, and I made an oath. And I remember the time in Savannah, Georgia, where I was in the day. I made an oath with myself and God that I would no longer be a product of my environment, and I would think objectively as an individual, and that's exactly what I did from that point on. And I decided to reject what I had been taught and to look at things critically and objectively. And I began to see bigotry, and I began to realize that white people were bullying black people. And then a couple years later, I had a black roommate, and oh my God, seeing what this guy went through in Savannah, Georgia was fucking horrific. And he was a great guy, and we became best friends. And to this day, this is 1990, to this day, he is still my best friend. But he is the one that took me under his wing and taught me about black culture and about black history. And that's where my journey began. And a few years later, I did my first activism at a factory job, and I lost my job because of it. I challenged a bunch of racists. I stood up to them, almost got killed. They threatened me, but they did make me lose my job. And I went into poverty after that for 3 years. But I'll be honest, I would do it again. I might do it differently. I would do it with a lawyer. But I was young and dumb, but I was glad of what I did. I stood up against racism starting in about, I guess it was 92, I think. And after that, I went into poverty. But anyhow, I'm sorry I'm rambling, but that's how it started for me. You asked, and there's your answer. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Sho here. As you know, I just testified before Congress, and I wanted to share my thoughts about the experience with you. Now, before I do that, I really want to thank you for the comments in the last video. Now, TikTok is all about conversations and community, and I'm so grateful to hear from all of you. Now, here are a few of my favorites. Now, that is what it's all about. A lot was said at the hearing, but I hope you heard the message, the important message, that it is our responsibility to protect more than 150 million Americans who love and use our platform. Now, this is why I'm making the following commitments to you. Number one, we will continue to keep safety, especially for teenagers, a top priority. Second, we will continue to protect your data from unauthorized foreign access. Now, in the US, American data will be stored on American soil by an American company overseen by American personnel. Third, we will ensure that TikTok remains a platform for free expression and that it cannot be manipulated by any government. And fourth, we will be transparent and give access to third-party independent monitors to keep us accountable for our commitments. Now, we know that trust is built with every decision we make. We are proud of the groundbreaking work we are doing to be the most trusted platform in the world. Thank you for listening. I hope you share this information with your friends, your family, and your elected officials on why TikTok is important to you.
Say, TikTok, I want y'all to meet my new friend, my new daughter, as you would call it. You see her? Yeah. Guess what her name is, y'all? Her name is Karen. Her name is Karen. We got a pug named Karen. A black pug named Karen. Yeah.
This is Carl, my husband of 26 years, and this is Tiger, my husband of 10 years.
Ain't no way. Ain't no. They better than me. Ain't no way, bro. But y'all women out here single and she got 2 men. Right, no way. I'm not sharing a woman. We ain't doing that shit. Nah.
I'm done with TikTok. What the fuck I just
You know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, They're showering in it. They're doing their laundry in it. And this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like Can
we stop duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them? I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok.
About to piss every white person off on this app right now. Oh shit, here we go. I just saw a TikTok that said, what if white people didn't exist? And then I remembered, we aren't supposed to exist. Being white is a genetic mutation. We don't exist naturally. White people literally come from when Pangea was a thing, and then we split up into different continents, and then people moved further away from the equator and bred lighter and lighter skinned people and even albinos until white people were created. So people that are white have the audacity to be like, we're the Aryan race, we're the supreme race. Baby. How can you be the supreme race when you weren't even a race to begin with?
Everything we've been taught in the American education system is all a lie. Yes, Native Americans weren't the original people of this land. We actually took it from black people. We actually took it from black people. Everything we've been taught in the American education system is all a lie. Yes, Native Americans weren't the original people of this land. We actually took it from black people.
So it feels like this entire COVID, which we know is just a big lie, this whole thing for the last 2 years, really, is it fair to say, Santos, before you go, that this never would have happened if we would have been just more awake and knew where we were? And this, so their ploy so far has played out. They were able to pull off this COVID thing because we've been programmed for so long. Right?
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
Yep, they did a mud flood. They did some plagues. They did it to the Chinese with opium. They did it to the Australians. They did it to the American Indians with smallpox.
Yeah.
They just go into a country, plague the whole place out, and then take over their buildings. New York was already there for thousands of years. San Francisco was there for thousands of years. Los Angeles was there for thousands of years. They were built by the indigenous people who were black and Indians as well.
Whoa.
The black people, they weren't brought over by slaves. They are the original owners of America. Black people, African Americans. They don't come from Africa. They were already here. And Indians as well.
Whoa.
The black people, they weren't brought over by slaves. They are the original owners of America. Black people, African Americans. They don't come from Africa. They were already here, and they plagued them out, and they stole the Smithsonian Institute, which is Jesuit controlled, stole their knowledge, stole their history, and now we're just left wondering who we are, where we come from, where we're going. We don't know anything.
Wow.
Because they did a catastrophe on this earth just only a few hundred years ago.
This is very important, what we're fighting for, because I'm tired, I'm really tired of the manipulation.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate the likes on TikTok while I'm doing my reaction videos. So y'all know it's authentic, that I ain't pre-watched no video. Even though y'all can't see it, but y'all can, if y'all want to do the research, not the research, but the time scheme, however y'all want to do it. I don't know, I'm just rambling, because it's weird.
Please listen and share this video. I didn't like blacks. I used to call me N-word and whatnot.
And I'll come a point and realize there's some personal experiences. That white people are racist. Not all of them. But white culture is. Our white country is. Our nation is. Our American culture is full of white supremacy. And we live in a white supremacist culture that caters to white people. Everything from the media to education to art to culture to politics is whitewashed. What is not whitewashed? As far as the status quo, as far as the dominant culture, everything's whitewashed. This country was built for white people. And it's time us Americans, us white Americans, came to terms with that and realized we're benefiting from that. We created slavery. We created a culture and a system of white supremacy that has benefited us for 400 years. You think maybe it's about time we stop being lazy as white people and take some fucking responsibility? Think outside of the fucking white box. Black people live it every fucking day. Brown people live it every fucking day. Think beyond your own fucking experience. Think beyond your own self. Imagine the privileges that you have just because of your fucking skin. I ain't saying you ain't suffered. We all suffer. Stop being defensive. What I'm saying is that we get certain privileges. We're not harassed by the police. Okay? We're not denied a house loan or denied to live in a neighborhood. We're not uncomfortable living in rural America. I'm not uncomfortable living in rural America, but I tell you what, a lot of black people don't even want to fucking drive through where I live. Why? Racist. We're fucking racist. So I'm not saying white people are bad. Stop being defensive. I'm saying take some fucking responsibility. All people are equal. God made us that way. Well, let's knock this fucking supremacy out of our fucking country. So I'm just saying, white America, wake up. Look in the fucking racial mirror and look at what we have done. Look at how we benefit. And let's do something about it. Let's speak up. Let's vote. Let's create legislation and policies to fight against this shit. Let's make things fair and equal. Let's take some responsibility and never, ever, ever ignore any form of racism that you see or experience or witness. Always speak up and act up. Please. Thank you.